All right. Well, good. It's Wednesday, right? Yes. Wednesday evening, everyone. Uh, Hammer here with you alongside Joshyboy on the Heavy Pour Sports Network, dropping the hammer. And Josh, we are down to 16. What
We are.
felt like forever to get to, I'm still going to call it the field of 64 because I'm just not a fan of playing games. That's the regular
Yeah,
season as far as
I
I'm
agree.
concerned. So kind of like the BS NBA tournament crap that they do, the play-in game. It's a bunch of crap. You had 30 games to decide whether you were worthy of being in this field. But regardless, 68, 64, probably going to be 72, 76, 112 before it's over. But anyway, all that to in the blink of an eye over a weekend, we are down to 16 teams. Another 4-day stretch of what looks like some outstanding matchups. Kind of expected. We talked about this last week. We kind of expected we get to this point, it was going to be kind of heavy on the chalk side. We did have one double-digit seed make it, which is, I think, about probably what we expected, no more than that. And that, of course, being Texas. But yet, here we stand with everybody but Florida in the 1 seed rank. Makes it just breaks my heart. I had them winning. I had a ticket on them to win. I had them as a champion in one of my brackets. And I've never been happier in my life, Josh, to lose a bet and to throw a bracket in the trash. How about you?
Same. Yeah, I had Florida going pretty far. I think I had them going to the Final Four, and I agree with you. I'm glad that I lost on that pick.
Yeah. I gladly set that on fire. I had two official brackets. One that I kind of did from what I thought would happen from matchup and numbers. Then I did another one kind of, I guess it was a little more influenced by betting odds and things like that. So
Speaking of
I had
bracket, speaking
I
of
had
bracket,
Florida
how are
going
you
through.
doing? How are you doing in the heavy sports bracket?
Um, I was after night one, I was tied for first, or I
Yeah,
was one game back from I think Rando and one game in front of Ferris,
gotcha.
and then Friday happened, and I did really well betting. I'm up on the tournament. I'm up 16.2 units. So
Nice.
everybody in the pool that gave me crap about my bracket,
Yeah,
let's talk about my bank account. Little different story there, but regardless, I kind of fell off I fell off pace, and with Florida going down, that completely wrecked one bracket, and unfortunately, Josh, in the other one, I had Arizona beating Florida in the national championship game. So it will the life support plug will be pulled probably after this weekend. I have no shot of kind of like Peabody winning anything. No shot
I think
of
I'm
doing
eighth
anything
place.
bracket wise this year.
I think I'm eighth place in the heavy four sports bracket. I have Arizona beating Duke in the championship.
Yeah, yeah, that's a nice play. I've got the same two brackets in a work pool, and amazingly, I'm in first place. The only problem is the guy that's right on my heels. I think I'm 20 points up on him. The guy that's right on my heels has Duke. So if Arizona
Wow.
doesn't at least get to the national championship, um, and Duke somehow navigates this. Boy, they got that man. They just got the worst bracket. I can't believe that they've got
Yeah,
such a tough bracket. But anyway, if they navigate it and get to the championship, I don't know. I don't know that I'll win that one either. So we'll see. But
when I when I was at the casino Thursday, I was cheering so hard. I was hoping they'd lose to Sienna. That Sienna just ran out of gas.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. They literally they didn't sub anybody. Like those
No.
five dudes, we talk about minutes and you know
Yeah.
the workload that some of our guys, especially, Jacoby Gillespie has, but good Lord, them boys played the entire game.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So the fact that they went toe to toe with, the talent on that floor, much less, the top seed, is amazing. So
It is.
hats off to them. I think their coach had been snatched up, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like
Yeah.
you're good at a mid-major level. One good tournament run, and you're gone. So, but anyway, so here we are. Games tipping off tomorrow night. So I guess we'll just kind of run through them in order of start times. First game on the slate is going to be the aforementioned 11 seed Texas Longhorns. With a couple, the Gonzaga upset was pretty huge. I had Gonzaga getting knocked out in this round, but Texas went ahead and took care of that. They are a 7.5-point dog to Purdue. Total in this game, Josh, is 147.5. Do you have anything official? Which I already know the answer to this because you're a degenerate and you've got to bet on every freaking game on this slate. So tell us what you're doing with Purdue and Texas.
Yeah, I have two official plays in this game. First play, we were taking Texas plus the 7.5. I just feel like this team is really hot right now when they're playing game against NC State. And hats off to both teams, Purdue and Texas. They just cruised by in the NCAA tournament. And I feel like this is just too many points for Purdue to be laying. And I think if Texas can make shots like they have been with Trayvon Mark and the Volca Titus kid inside, I feel like it's going to come down to the wire in this one. Second play, we're going with the first half under 70. Just feel like this is too many points. I know Purdue likes to score a lot. Texas kind of likes to slow the game down. I think it's going to be like a fill each other out first half, so that's why I went under the 70.
All right. I bet this game 3 days ago. Sorry, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. At 5:23 a.m. I got Purdue minus 6.5. And I don't necessarily love it, but I think the Cinderella carriage is going to run out on Texas. I'll be honest, I'm surprised they're here. I didn't think that they would be able to knock off Gonzaga. I think they're playing a little bit above their skis right now. If I'm just going to be just blatantly honest and call it what it is. And the big concern there is the defense. They are 81st in defensive efficiency. Josh, as bad as we hate them, as much as we don't want to say this,
Yeah,
Purdue is the number one ranked offense in the NCAA basketball
they are.
right now. And I just don't know if Texas can endure. And Purdue reminds me a little bit of Florida in that they've got a pretty solid front court, but the two guards are I think, going to be too much. And when you get to this point, guard play is so critical, and they have a massive advantage at the guard position. And I got no love for either one of these two. If the Meteor was the third option in this game, I would take that. But I've just got to go with what the tea leaves are telling me, and unfortunately, that is Purdue. I got 6.5. So, and I feel like I'm with you. I think it's going to be pretty close. But we've seen Purdue absolutely turn on a switch and run away late in close games, and I kind of feel like that may be what we're looking at here. I don't hate your under 70.5 first half play. I do have that written down. I'm going to study on that a little bit
Okay.
more. I was kind of leaning under in this one. I kind of left it alone, and I think the total dropped. I could be wrong.
It's at 148 right now, even.
Okay, yeah, I'm showing FanDuel 147.5. Of course, obviously, shop around. You can probably find a little bit of a range in there. Probably not much this close to tip time, unless just a ton of money comes in either way. You're probably not going to see very much movement. But there still are some variances out there. Always try to get the best number. Be loyal to nobody. Screw them. So yeah, I just I don't know this one. That number's just a little. I don't know. Teams favored. What is it? Single digit seeds favored over double digit seeds by 6 or more points is some stupid number in favor of the high seed over the lower seed. So I don't know, man. There's just too much telling me Purdue's going to cruise through this one. Maybe not through it, but at the end, I think they pull away. But we'll see. Either way, I'm going to be happy because one of these two turd monkeys are going to lose. So,
agreed.
Won't be. Is this baseball game started?
It's first pitch is about to happen in a few minutes. They just did the national anthem.
All right. Netflix is in. This is Hammer. I don't know the password, so I can't get it on my computer. I'm trying to watch it on StatCast, and it was doing nothing. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything because, as I told you, I've got a small boatload on the no-run first inning. So
I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, please do. All right. Then at 7:30 East, we have probably, for me, it's one of the toughest ones to kind of figure out what's going to happen here, and that's going to be Iowa and Nebraska. Iowa with the massive upset over Florida to send the Gators home to spectate the Sweet 16 this year. And Nebraska, of course, disposed of the other pain in our ass in Peabody. So either way, whoever wins this game, congrats and thank you. So you've done the entire college basketball world and really humanity a massive service by kicking those two jokers out. So Iowa and Nebraska, Josh, what are you doing with this one?
Have one official play and the other is a lean. So the official play is going to be we're taking Iowa straight up on the money line. I just feel like both teams are about split even, and that's what Vegas thinks with Nebraska favored by 1.5. So you've seen it that Iowa likes to slow the pace of the game down like they did against Florida and like they did against Clemson in their first two games of the tournament. Nebraska, complete opposite. They like to run and gun up the floor, play defense. So it all depends on if Nebraska is making shots with their studs, with Sanford, Mass, and Hoiberg, they're going to win the game. But if Iowa plays really good defense, slows the game at their pace, and Iowa's making shots, you're going to win the game. I just feel like Iowa's going to win the game because what's the kid for Iowa's name? I can't think of his name, the white kid.
You may have to narrow it down.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I had it on my screen. I got it right here.
Okay. I was trying to get to it to help you out.
Bennett starts. Yeah, Bennett starts is scoring at a high level for Iowa. I think they're going to win this game against Nebraska. So that's the one official play. The lean hammer, we are going first half under 61. like I said before in the other game, I feel like both teams are going to fill each other out, and this game is going to be played at a slow pace. So lean under 61 first half.
All right. Yeah, talking about pace, Nebraska doesn't play at a very high pace themselves, but Iowa plays two speed, slow and stop. But I think with Nebraska's defense, I think Iowa may have to change up how they approach this game. And I am way off in the minority in this one. I don't advise anybody to take this play. I'm actually taking the over in this game. I'm not on a side because I think it is going to absolutely be a rock fight to the end. I think there's going to have to be some points scored. I don't think that they're going to be able to play Big Ten football in this one and just keep punting the ball back and forth to each other until somebody makes a mistake. They're going to have to push. And I don't disagree with a first half under, but I think we're going to see some points late in this one. It opened at 133 and a half. It's down to 131 and a half. Me being the aggressor did not get the better part of this number. So I'm really hoping we see some points in this one, but I don't know. Somebody's going to have to do something different because otherwise they're going to do exactly what I just said. They're just going to sit there and throw rocks at each other the whole time. Somebody's got to score. And we've seen Nebraska put some 80s and 90s on the scoreboard in regular season. So for that, I guess I would lean more Nebraska because I think they are capable of having a little bit more dynamic offense. But to your point, Iowa dictates pace in this one. They absolutely can win this game. That one's going to be fun. Then the next game we've got on the slate is going to be now my only hope in this tournament is Arizona. Of course, the number one seed in the West. They are taking on Arkansas, John Calipari, what looks like may be the first pick in the draft in Darius Acuff. Arizona's favored 7.5 points. The total in this game is 166.5. Josh, a lot of people talking about this one. What are you going to do here?
2 plays in this game. So my first official play in this game is going to be Arkansas plus 7.5. Calipari is really good as an underdog, and I just want to back this Arkansas team. I know both teams have cruised in their first 2 games, besides Arkansas having to pull away late against High Point. And I just feel like this game is going to be really close down to the wire. Both teams score a lot, and that's going to lead me to my second play. We are taking the over 166. I just feel like you got a lot of guys that can make shots with Coapete for Arizona, Acuff for Arkansas. So, yeah, first official play Arkansas plus 7.5 and over 166 full game.
I hate when we have things like this happen in our little meetings. I'm on the exact opposite of everything you just said. Here's why. Did you watch the Arkansas High Point game by chance?
Yeah, I did.
Darius Acuff is quite possibly the best player in – man, that's saying a lot. He's one of the top 5 players coming out for this draft. He's one of the most dynamic scoring threats that we've got playing. But
Agreed.
his defense is atrocious.
It is.
Did you see Rob Martin hang 30 on Arkansas?
Yeah, I did.
Acuff could not do anything to stop him at all.
Nothing.
Martin was having his way with he was terrible from three. So
Yep.
Arkansas did protect the 3-point line, but Martin just went basically to the rim and the short mid-range pull up. Nobody could stop him.
Yeah.
And he's not a big guy. I want to say he's like 6 foot. He's not even 6 foot, dude. Rob Martin is 5'10".
Maybe 5'10", yeah.
And I'm sure that's a generous 5'10" with shoes and your equipment manager doing the measuring, right?
Yeah.
This Arizona team is big.
They are.
I do not see Arkansas staying in this game. I think it's going to be a double-digit Arizona win, and I think this total is going to go over.
We agree with the over.
Oh, we do? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You said the over.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get my official book here. Arkansas minus 7.5. Oh, no, I did go over. I went over 167.5 is my over.
In Arizona, minus 7.5.
Arizona minus 7.5. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought I was on the under in this game. I am not. I am not. I'm on the over. Okay, so we're good there. But, dude, I think Arizona just absolutely runs them. I don't think that Arkansas is going to be able to stop them at all. Arizona, I think Arizona is the most complete team left in the tournament. I know everybody's big on Michigan, but I've seen Michigan lay down and get taken advantage of and have some mental lapses and maybe a little collapse on defense. I've said Iowa State is the most balanced of the teams left, although defensively I think they're a little bit ahead than offense. Dude, Arizona is as good a team as there is collectively.
Agreed.
And I just don't think Arkansas is going to have any answers for Arizona's offense, and their guards are just they're big. This whole team is big. They're long. They're athletic. I think they will. I think we're going to see a lot of points because I think tempo is going to matter, right?
Yeah.
So, but I just think they've got more depth. We haven't seen Arkansas. They basically run 7, maybe 8-man rotation. They aren't deep. They don't sub very much. They're going to have a lot of problems with this Arizona team, man. A lot of problems. So this is one of the few big favorite spreads that I really like. I did take Purdue to cover, but at 6.5, I think Arizona wins this game double digits.
Wow.
All right, next one, we've got another slobber knocker. We've got Illinois, the 3 seed, taking on Houston, who gets to play in Houston for their Sweet 16 game. 2.5 is the line in favor of Houston, and the total in this one, Josh, is 139.5. What are you doing with the 2-3 matchup with Illinois and Houston?
Don't have an official play yet in this game, but I do have a lean. Don't know if I'm going to get to the counter with it yet or not. So I'll lean under in this game, under 140. I just feel like this game is going to be a slobber knocker. And I don't think it's going to get past the total. I think it's going to be a really tight game, and I think both defenses are going to lock down, and it's going to be tough getting buckets for both teams in this game.
Yeah, and again, we talk about pace and tempo. You've got 2 of the most methodical, fewest possessions per 100 teams left. They play very slow pace. Houston is 300 and I believe this says 351 in adjusted tempo, which is possessions per 40 minutes is what that number relates to. Illinois is 276th. They average between the two of them, they average about 64 possessions a game. Well, we also have two very good defenses. Houston's defense is elite. Illinois' defense is very good. Illinois' offense is elite. Houston's offense is very good. And we go back to guard play with Emmanuel Sharp, who is battle tested, tournament tested, and then we've got Kingston Flemings, the super uber talented freshman. Man, these two guards can get after it. Very tough guarding the perimeter. They beat you up physically inside. They make you earn points. But, man, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm with you on the under. I think Illinois can win this game. I think if there's a team right now that would stand in Houston's way, I think it might be Illinois. They've been solid all year. They came in hot. They have been very, very difficult to deal with. There's been no easy out with them all season. I'm just not sold on Houston. I don't think they're as good this year as they were last year. As good as Flemings is, and as much as I like Emmanuel Sharp's game, I don't know, man. My gut's telling me that Illinois is live in this one. So this spread's too tight for me to mess with. I'm just gonna throw the points out the window, and I'm taking Illinois money line. All right. So that's the final game on Thursday, the late game. Man, 10:05 tip. Eesh, for Eastern.
Wow.
That's tough. All right. First game on Friday. We've got the Johnnies and the Dukies going to get together. 5th seed St. John's taking on the number 1 seed Duke Blue Devils, 7:10 Eastern. The line is 6.5 in favor of the Blue Devils. The total in this one, Josh, is 141.5. What are you going to do?
All right, so I don't have an official play in this game yet. Have a lean. So we're going to lean the over 141 in this game. Both teams score at a good pace, and I just think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. A lot of studs in this game. Edge-4 for St. John's, Cam Boozer for Duke. So, yeah, if I play something, it'll end up being the over 141 in this game.
I'm on the under 141.5. Oh, man. This is getting comical.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to tempo. And
Right.
I'm going to go back to the first game that Duke played in this tournament. And granted, we saw them bounce back pretty strong. In fact, I actually lost betting against them in the round of 32 because I wasn't real sure what we were going to get with Duke after that Siena scare. But this is the best defense in college basketball right now. They're top 10 offense. St. John's is a top 10 defense, but they struggle offensively. They are not a very good three-point shooting team. But for that matter, they're not a great two-point shooting team. we know Duke is missing. Are they still missing 2 players?
Yeah, Foster and the
Yeah.
other guy, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Caleb Foster, I know was I just didn't know if the other guy, because they talk like he might be able to play by the Sweet 16, but I haven't seen or heard anything to indicate that he is. So we'll assume at this point he's not, right?
Right.
Love him or hate him, Rick Pitino is one of the all-time great coaches in college basketball. He's won everywhere he's ever been. And this team could be up 30 and he's still chewing ass, demanding more. I think he's got St. John's playing at a level right now that is just, if you go back a couple months ago, I wasn't sure they would make it this far. Talent wise, yes, but cohesive and efficiency, playing cohesive basketball, they weren't. They couldn't rebound. They still can't make shots, but they weren't making shots. Like it was pretty rough. And Pitino himself was like, this team's terrible. But yet here they are with a 30-6 record, getting ready to take on Duke, number 1 team in the tournament. I think St. John's is gonna make Duke earn every single point, and Duke plays at a slower pace. Even though we see some of these high-scoring games they're in, a lot of their points come off forcing turnovers and second chance points. They're not going to get that with St. John's. So I think this one's going to be a little bit more of a heavyweight fight, kind of a slugfest. And, we could come back here next week and talk about the Final Four of the national championship game, and there'll be 160 points scored in this game. And you can laugh at me all you want. That'll be fine. But I think St. John's is going to kind of do to Duke what we've seen Houston do to other, and even Tennessee, to that matter. I mean, we hold teams that normally average scoring in the mid-80s, low 90s in the 60s and 70s. So,
yeah,
I think we may see that. I think this may be a little bit more of a heavyweight bout. And I just don't know if St. John's offense is going to be able to get enough points to get this total there. This number, man, I don't like this number. I don't know. I feel like it should be more. And I see all the sharps loving the 6.5 for St. John's, and I think it opened at 5.5, if I'm not mistaken, and it's gone up in favor of Duke. And I got to be honest. I bet it. I bet plus 6.5 St. John's, but I don't love it. I like this total more. So I threw the dice, taking the under 141.5. The total hasn't moved. It's stayed put. So I don't know. Not crazy about the points. I think St. John's, if they play some of their best basketball, absolutely they can be in this game late. But I don't think they're going to hit enough shots. This Duke defense is no joke. And they may not force a lot of turnovers, but they will. I would expect Duke to win this rebounding battle, even though St. John's is good. I think Duke's better.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to limit St. John's and how many points they're going to be able to score. They're just not going to have enough opportunities. So styles make fights. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Another, can we have option 3, the Meteor? 7:35 Eastern, we have the 4th seed Gumps of Tuscaloosa taking on Michigan. Line in this one, Josh, is 9.5. The total, 173 and a hook. Good night of living.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points, man.
It is.
What are you going to do here? Because, if this were last year's Alabama team, we wouldn't care what the total was, right? It was automatically bet the over.
Right. So I have one play in this game, and I don't want to mess with a full game total. So we're taking the first half over in this game, 82.5. I know it's a lot of points for first half over, but these teams average a lot of points, and I think this is going to soar over in the first half. Like, soar over. Both of these teams could get to 90 maybe in the first half. This is how confident I feel about this play, and I hammered it. I got 4 units on this play, 82.5. So I just think both these teams are going to put ball in basket in the first half with a foul on from Alabama, Elliott Cadeau, and Linda Borg. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of points in first half. So first half over 82.5.
I think this is one. Yeah. I think there's been a lot of people come in and bet the under on this game because this line has dropped, or point total has dropped 2 points since Monday morning. I took the over set 175.5. And it's not because I think Bama's going to go out there and just shoot the lights out. It's because Alabama can't play defense to save their life. And Michigan is an absolute juggernaut offensively. They play incredibly fast. They are going to be up and down the floor. And Alabama's not going to be able to do a damn thing about it. Contrary to that, Alabama has the fourth fastest offense in the nation. All they do is run up and down the floor and jack up threes. Nate Oates could possibly break a record for most attempted three-pointers in this game. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. That's the only thing they're going to be able to do. They're not going to be able to do anything else with this Michigan team. This is the number 2 defense in the nation right now, Josh. Duke is number 1. Michigan is number 2. You know where Alabama ranks in defense?
Where?
60th.
Wow.
There are mid-major teams that play better defense than Alabama does.
Michigan could score 100 points in this game.
They easily could. I mean, this literally could be a 185, 190-point game because Alabama can't do shit to stop them, and Michigan will have their way with them. I don't see this. I don't know how this game stays. I mean, this score is going to be so high. I don't know what to cap it at.
There you go,
I don't know
Hammer.
what number you could give me that would tell you, oh no, that's too many points.
There you go,
Did
Hammer.
we get a no-run first inning?
You got your Nerfy, yep. Boom.
Oh, good.
And you had guys on third and first with 1 out, and they got 2 straight outs.
Yes. Good job, Logan Webb. Man, I needed that one. Not because I'm hurting for money. It's just I had a lot on this one, Josh.
Nice.
I've got a couple more for tomorrow I'll share too, since we're in the realm. It's not baseball show, but still, it's baseball opening. I consider tomorrow opening day. This was just a bonus. And
right.
I'm a Yankees fan, hardcore through and through. And yes, I'm aware that they're playing the Tony Vitello-led San Francisco Giants, but you're either a Vol or you're not. And unfortunately, I'm a Yankee. So tough shit, Tony. Go win 159 games, you're just not going to beat the Yankees. So, all right. So Michigan, Alabama to the moon. I don't know what number you could throw out there that I would not touch. I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be that that crazy of a game. Oh, yeah, cash my shit. That's what I'm talking about, homie. Woo, good deal. All right, settle down, Beavis. 9:45 Eastern tip. I feel bad for y'all on the East Coast in the Eastern time zone. I'm in Central, down here in the Rocket City. And these 9:45, 10 o'clock start times, Eastern start times is late for me. It sucks. But two really good games to close out. We've got Michigan State, the 3 seed, taking on Connecticut, the 2 seed. Josh, this one is as close as it gets, homie. We've got 1.5 in favor of the Huskies and another low total of 134.5. This is probably one of the tighter low total games that we've seen this entire tournament. So what's going to happen here between Sparty and the Fighting Dan Hurleys?
See, let me load my screen up one sec. Can you talk for a few seconds?
Geez, let me check. Well, I'll go ahead and just throw what I'm seeing out there. First and foremost, I've been on them all season. I saw Connecticut get absolutely embarrassed at the end of the season. I've seen Michigan State do nothing but be efficient, and they've got one of the better guards in college basketball in Jeremy Fears. Extremely balanced, very good defense, very good rebounding. Offensive efficiency is in the top, just outside the top 20 at 22nd. They play a pretty methodical tempo as well. They are extremely battle-tested. Their strength of schedule, 20th in the nation. This team's no joke. They're solid. Tom Izzo, again, one of those elite coaches. Been there, done that. Yes, I know Hurley has as well and has more recent national championships. I've just seen more chinks in the armor for UConn. And as low as this total is, I haven't bet it. I'm kind of like it even under 134.5. I think this is going to be a highly contested game that's going to just be back and forth. There'll probably be 20-plus lead changes in this game. Everything points to Connecticut should win this game. I've been on Michigan State all season. I have not seen them get embarrassed or blown out, and I have seen UConn. So I'm going Michigan State on the money line. To be determined, but I would lean under. Maybe, Josh, that first half under could be in play. If I click off of it, it's going to reset some of my screen, so I'm not going to click on it. You'll have to tell me what it is. But that's another game that a first half play may be in order. But give me Sparty.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. I'm on the first half under 62.5 in this game. I don't want to fade Hurley. I don't want to fade Izzo. I'm not going to play a side, and that's what I'm on. I just feel like both defenses are going to play great in this game. Points are going to be hard to come by. Just two defensive-minded head coaches in this game, and I feel like first half, both teams are going to want to fill each other out. So that's why I played first half under 62.5 in this game. If I had to make a pick on who I think's going to win this game,
you go ahead and say it. UConn. You go ahead and say it.
No,
we've been opposite everything else.
No, I actually lean Michigan State. I think if I had to pick, I think Michigan State wins the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Just And I know Izzo hasn't won one in a while, and Hurley's had more recency, notoriety, and success. I don't know, man. Michigan State's they've just been solid for me all season long. And, UConn kind of like Purdue, they can sort of disappear for a little stretch from time to time. And I don't think you're going to be able to afford to do that against Michigan State. So I go to guard play, and I think Fears is the best guard on the court. So all things equal, give me better guard play, give me a better head coach. Sorry, but that's just facts. So that's where I'm at with it. But a lot of people like Connecticut in this one, man. A lot of people. It's kind of got me a little nervous because I kind of do some heat check with some of my guys in Vegas, and a lot of those guys are on Connecticut. So we'll see. It's gonna be a hell of a game. No matter what happens, if I lose a bet, I'll lose a bet. Shit, I don't care. But that's gonna be an awesome game. I hate that it's paired with our game with Iowa State.
Yep.
So the final game on the slate for the Sweet 16 is going to be your number 6 seed Tennessee Volunteers taking on potentially the next coach of North Carolina and Iowa State Cyclones. 3.5 in favor of Iowa State, Josh. The total in this one is 138.5. What are we looking at here?
2 plays in this game. So first play, we're going Iowa State first half -1.5. I hate that every Tennessee Volunteer fan listened to that just now, and I'm kind of wanting to throw up after saying that. But I just think
okay.
I would.
There's
Yeah,
2
I just think. Yep, 2 halves. I think Iowa State gets off to a hot start first half, and that's why I took them -1.5. I just feel like, can we take care of the ball first half? Can we not turn it over? Can we force Iowa State to turnovers? Can we defend the 3-point line? And if we do all of that, then I don't care if I lose my bet. I'll just light it up on fire. So second play is going to be first half under 64.5. I just feel like both teams are going to lock down defensively first half, and points are going to be hard to come by, especially with Iowa State, with how good of a defensive team they are. And Tennessee's really turned it up their last 2 games of the tournament. Their defense has been really good, and we've been missing that defense all season long. And hopefully Friday night that the Volunteers can step up and clamp down. So, yeah, first half under 64.5, and Iowa State first half -1.5.
Yeah, I think points are going to be at a premium because you have 2 extremely challenging defenses. And, to your point, Tennessee they've been pretty impressive on the defensive side of the ball. And offensively, we've seen guys step up. We've seen Bishop Boswell come in and knock down 4 threes in a game, which were so critical to that win. And we've seen Jacoby Gillespie put on a show like he's done all season long. We've seen Felix Okpara be an absolute beast. We've seen Nate Ament be an absolute beast, blocking shots into the third row. Man, this defense is playing as good as they've probably played all year. Offensively, we did a great job securing the ball, not turning the ball over in the first half against Virginia, and then the turnover bug kind of bit us a little bit. but we were able to kind of play through that. Only gave up the lead for a few very short run in late in the second half, and we're able to put away and pull away from Virginia. And that was a pretty impressive win. I know a lot of people bracket-wise had Virginia, and that's what I think finished off everybody's perfect brackets were the Vols knocking out Virginia. So I've been saying since, probably just before, if not just as SEC play was starting, that I felt like the Sweet 16 would be our ceiling. That some of the issues we had early, which were turnovers, which were free throws, letting guards shoot the lights out against us, and not capitalizing on turnovers and second chance points off offensive rebounds. And that's why we came into this tournament at 23-9, I think it was, instead of 26-3, because we are 27-3, because that's what cost us. I mean, there's only a couple games where we just flat got our ass whipped. One was Florida. We really didn't play well in the Kansas game, coming off of that that big win over Houston, and then Illinois. We should have won every other game that we lost, Josh. And that's what's been so frustrating. I love Coach Barnes. I love this team. There's some just endearing characters on this team with Jacoby. I think we've all kind of embraced Nate Ament, especially these last several weeks when he's really stepped up and figured out how to play basketball in the SEC. It's a shame we're only going to have him for this season, but is what it is. Young man's got to do what's best for him. I get it. And if you're going to be a top 10 lottery pick, you better go. That's just the nature of the business. So, but anyway, I digress. This team's played phenomenal in this tournament. And
they have.
They're about to run into, again, I'll go back to it. I said it earlier. This is the most balanced offensive and defensive efficient team probably. Could make an argument left. I'd say they're the best team. I said they're the most balanced. We're going to have a lot of things go right for us, Josh, to have a chance to win this game late, because Iowa State's very disciplined. They are very methodical in how they play. They have a big that can hit from deep. They are down a player, very important player, in Jefferson. The coach said that he's going to be a game time decision, which that's coach speak for I'm not telling you crap.
Yeah.
I don't have insiders in the program or anything like that, but I am hearing that it is leaning more towards him not playing, that this is more or less a kind of a smokescreen. And let's go ahead and address the maybe not an elephant, but a pretty good-sized camel in the room. Iowa State's coach's name has been floated out as a very serious candidate for the North Carolina job.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people are keeping up with this or even give a crap about North Carolina, but one thing that stood out to me is when Billy Donovan made the announcement, I think it was Sunday, that he was considering stepping down after this season from the Chicago Bulls. It was a matter of hours, Josh, after that announcement that Hubert Davis was fired. I don't think he's going. I think it's Billy Donovan, and I know the odds in Vegas are not showing that be the case. I think Donovan's like an 8-1 right now, and I ain't got no shame in my game, brother. I bet it. I think Billy Donovan's going to be the next coach of the Tar Heels. So he's not come out. TJ's not come out and said, oh, no, I'm not taking that job. I'm committed. I'm staying here at Iowa State.
Yeah.
He's not going to. He may
No.
have that conversation behind closed doors with his team. Say, guys, look, listen, I'm not leaving. So I don't know. A lot of people are thinking Tennessee, I think, that are putting too much stock in. They think that this whole North Carolina thing is going to be a distraction, that TJ's got a foot out the door, that the team isn't going to play hard or be, completely invested in the game because they don't know what's going to happen with their coach. I don't believe any of that crap. I think if you're bet on Tennessee, you better bet on Tennessee because you think Tennessee can compete and possibly win this game. I bet Tennessee plus the points. I got 4.5. So my early aggressive play paid off for once. That the number moved in my favor. So I think Tennessee can win this game. And I goes back to how I started this. I said Tennessee was a Sweet 16 team. Here we are. I think we're built to play against a team like Iowa State. And if we can not turn the ball over just enough, and we can make just enough free throws, and we can get just enough points off offensive rebounds and create some turnovers, we can beat this team. Now, all that's easier said than done because they don't turn the ball over a lot. They're very good rebounding offensively and defensively, especially defensive rebounds, and they're disciplined. We're gonna have to work off ball screens, and we're gonna have to work to get mismatches because these guys just you got to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. So we're going to have to play probably some of our best basketball collectively, and those little demons that have plagued us all year, they can't rear their ugly head because if they do, Josh, they'll beat our ass.
Let me ask you something. Do you think if Kentucky would have had a true point guard, and let me pay some respect to him, Aberdeen, he's a really good player, but do you think if Kentucky had a really true point guard, they would have beat Iowa State Sunday?
I don't want to throw salt in Kentucky's wounds or anything and mention anybody in particular, but if they had an elite guard, yeah, I think that game may have turned out differently.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I was pretty high on Kentucky going far in this tournament. Maybe not Final Four,
Right.
but I thought talent-wise, they should have been able to have gotten by and at least gotten put out by us in the Sweet 16.
Right.
Kind of a backhanded compliment there, I guess, but no, legit, because had
Yeah.
we lost to Virginia, then I would have put Kentucky straight into the Elite Eight without any question. I don't think anybody's getting past that out of this region.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I do. I think if Kentucky had an A-Cup, a Fears, I mean, hell, we got to throw Jacoby in there, don't we? I mean, he's an elite guard.
We do.
He absolutely is an elite guard.
Yes.
And that's another thing. Let me go back. Sorry, let me back up a minute because I had this on my mind and then I fell off of it. Let's take Duke. Duke does not have elite guard play.
No, they don't.
They have an elite player in the front court, surrounded by some other very talented and very good players. But they don't have an elite guard. Another reason that I think St. John's might be able to beat them up a little bit. And I think that was more or less the driving force behind me taking the points with St. John's, even though I'm not crazy about it. Yeah, St. John's plus 6.5 right there. It is 5:23 a.m. Guard play is important. To your point, Plaintiffs Exhibit A, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Look at Arkansas. Nobody expected Arkansas to be in this position. I mean, really, because they were. I mean, their average last year, above average. But Calipari got his guard. just like at every team at Kentucky, he had elite guards. So, yeah, it absolutely matters. So,
Yep.
and I guarantee you, Rando or Selena or Richie or anybody else from the Kentucky side of things will tell you that very thing. Just like we loathe and lament the fact that we didn't go get a number 2, a shooting guard in the portal, like Duke Miles. Look what he did to us, man. We could have had that kid. We could have had that kid. Could you imagine a scoring guard playing alongside Jacoby?
Oh my gosh.
That would be insane. I love
Unstoppable.
our team. Love Bishop,
Same.
But if we had a scoring guard or we had another combo guard that would let Jacoby play off ball more. Holy cow, dude. This team would have been so dangerous.
Agreed.
Guard play is important. That's Florida. Last year they had Walter Clayton.
Yep.
Saved their ass in that tournament.
Very well did.
And this year, same front court, but they didn't have a Walter Clayton back there.
No, they didn't.
And them jokers went home the second game. So can't stress it enough how critical it is to have solid, really not even solid. You get to the further you go, you funnel down with teams, the more elite your guards are going to be. Just watch the tournament. Don't take my word for it or tell me I'm an idiot. That you can, it's fine, but just watch the tournament. And let's see who the guards are of the 4 teams when we get to the Final Four. So, anyway, give me the balls to cover. I think we can win the game. I think we can win. But it is going to take some of our best, most disciplined and protection of the basketball that we've played all year for that to happen.
Do you think we'll be able to score inside against Iowa State?
I think we're going to have to, because they're not going to just let us stand out there and shoot threes. We're going to have to earn. We're going to have to earn our points, and we're going to have to, man. We are going to have to feed it. We're going to have to feed it, and that's one of the other things that T-Step and I have talked about all season long is we can't seem to get a damn entry pass into the post to save our lives.
Yeah.
If it's not a lob or if it's not an offensive rebound, we struggle to get the ball inside the post. So we're going to have to be able to do that. We're going to have to get some points in the paint. And so far, we have dominated that in this tournament. But also, so far, we haven't played a team like Iowa State. So if we can keep the train rolling, I think we can hang with them. I think we got a chance to win. If we revert back to how we played against Peabody or how we played at Florida or how we played in the second Alabama game or how we pissed down our legs against Illinois and Arkansas, then we'll leave there. We'll leave Chicago with our tail tucked between our legs with a double-digit point loss. So I hope we see the team that we've seen the past two games come out and give Iowa State everything and more.
I do too.
Because I would love to see a third straight Elite Eight. So all you folks out there that want to say that Rick Barnes can't coach in March or he can't win in March, okay, fine. He doesn't have a national championship. Okay, fine. He doesn't have a Final Four. But to tell me that this, So to tell me this guy can't get it done in postseason, you're crazy. And you should appreciate what we have while we have him because he doesn't show any sign of hanging him up in the immediate future, but Father Time is undefeated. At some point, we're gonna lose Coach Barnes, and these are the good old days, Josh. Trust me, I've grown up. I'm old as shit, and I have seen some shit, and we have never had it as good as we have it right now with our basketball program. Folks need to appreciate it more. That's all I'm going to say. All right, my man. Anything else tournament-wise?
Nope. I think we about covered it tonight, man.
We definitely did that. We definitely did that. as I threw out there, I did say we would have no run first inning in the Yankees-Giants game. I
And
also
we
have a
got
bet
it.
that came home. I also have under 3.5 for total runs in the first 5. Josh, what inning is it?
It is the third inning, 5-0 Yankees.
Son of a bitch. Well,
And Hammer,
go
I
Yankees,
hope,
though. So,
yeah, I hope the next time we're talking next week, next Wednesday, that we can talk about a Tennessee Final Four.
nothing would make me happier. In fact, if that happens, Josh, we may have to have an emergency show to celebrate. I'll make sure to invite Rando
We may have to.
so
Yeah,
he can get on and celebrate with us because I know he'll be excited about that.
I bet he will.
Also, I'm just going to throw it out there because I have bet it and I said I was going to. I've got a couple more Nerfies that I'm just really, really infatuated with. In fact, I had to parlay them because the odds are not great. But Tigers, Padres, you've got Scooble going against Nick Pavetta in Petco, very pitcher-friendly park. Tigers, we talked about it in the MLB Future show we did. As good as Scooble is, and as good as that rotation is, Tigers can't hit. So I think they're going to have a very difficult time with Pavetta. This could be one of those 2-1, 1-0 type games to start the season with Scooble pitching and the Tigers bats. And then the other one that is an absolute have to hammer this down is the Pirates and the Mets. No run first inning. That's as close to a lock of nobody scoring in the first inning or maybe the first 3 innings as there is. So that's what I'm playing to open up, and also have Tigers Padres under 3.5 first 5 as well. So there you go, a little free baseball for everybody. Trying to pull up to see because I've got a ticket involving that no run first. I got to look and see how it's doing. Oh yeah, have they pulled Freed?
No, not yet.
I need him under 5 strikeouts.
Under 5.
Yeah, need him under 5. NBA plays looking mighty good. And then no run first inning. Oh, you going to hold on to the game's over, you bastards. They're not going to pay me, Josh, until the end
They
of the
haven't
game.
paid you yet.
No.
Wow.
That's fine. Just hold on to that money.
Yeah.
Make it that much sweeter when you have to fork it over. Jerks. Anyway. All right, man. Sorry. Outside of the Iowa State-Tennessee game, Josh, which one are you looking the most forward to watching?
I would have to say that UConn Michigan State game. Hate that it's near our tip off time, but I'm gonna be tuned in for that one. I'll watch it on a separate device.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep eyes on that as well.
Yeah.
I think Purdue, just recap them real quick. I think Purdue handles Texas fairly easily. I think Iowa, Nebraska, you'll have time to make sandwiches and pop popcorn between points scored. Arizona's going to beat the shit out of Arkansas. Illinois, Houston's going to be it's going to be a fight. St. John's Dukes, I think, is going to be a fight. I don't see a world where Alabama wins, but they're going to score 1,000,000 points. That leaves that big one, man. Michigan State, Connecticut.
Yep.
I'm with you. Damn, I wish that game was at 7.
Same.
Why do you do this to us? Why do you do this to us? I'll have to hate watch Alabama and Michigan, I guess. St. John's Duke is going to be a good game.
It will be.
And if you hate offense, Iowa, Nebraska will be a good game.
Yeah.
Kind of like football. I mean, it's very similar. It won't be a lot of points, I don't think.
Yeah.
They should open the game with a punt. So
They
then you got to
should.
wait. You got to wait late for the best 2 games on the slate. So it just is
Yeah.
what it is. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I think UConn, Michigan State is probably outside of Tennessee, Iowa State. I think that's the headliner for me too.
Agreed.
Although Illinois Houston will be a really good game. Going to have to definitely going to have to watch that one and keep the others kind of in the background. But
is that game tomorrow or Friday? Illinois Houston.
It is the last game tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 10:05 Eastern tip. So
that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, it will be a good game. I think that's probably the best game on the slate for Thursday. That's what I said. I mean, the 2 best games are ending the shows both nights. So
yeah,
hopefully we go to bed happy.
Let's hope so.
But I'm with you, man. I think so. Bracket wise, should we beat? We would take the winner of Michigan, Alabama, correct? Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
So, man, if Bama somehow could upset Michigan, then I think we're in the Final Four.
You do?
Yeah. I just don't know that anybody's going to be able to slow down that Michigan train, even though I know they've shown a little bit of chink in the armor at points in the season, but I think Dusty May's got them. I think he's got them rolling. It's going to take. I think it's going to take Arizona to take them down. Even though I do have Iowa State advancing to the Final Four, just because I didn't want all chalky ones in there, and I felt like they were the weakest. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
I thought they were the weakest of the ones. Florida said, "Hold my whatever they drink down there."
Yeah.
Anyway, well, all right, man. I appreciate you as always. I jotted all your bets down, so I will track them. I'm going to sift back through and see which ones I just can't live without and not play. But as always, man, it's always a blast getting together with you. I love our betting shows, especially, and look forward to coming back next week and not finishing it off because we'll have a national championship game to talk through, but get it narrowed down to the Final Four, and we'll go from there. But brother, as always, I appreciate you, love you, and
love you too.
We'll do it again. Y'all take care. God